is that there are a lot of impurities present in the mind below the surface, and they pop up. Not only they pop up, they push you in a direction which you are not able to control, which you are not able to redirect. So the pressure of the impulsive mind is here, and your practice is here below.
Yeah.
And that it has to come to a path, or then it should go up.
Okay.
So when it goes up, now the two things are required, not only the practice, consistent practice, but the knowledge part is also very important. That very understanding is very important. And last week I think I discussed about aware, isn't it? I
Yeah.
discussed about aware. A means I have to accept that there is a permanent peace and happiness in me. That is why I am searching peace and happiness. W means that I have to withdraw the very attachment with those thoughts. Can you tell me, are the thoughts chasing you or you are chasing a thought?
The thoughts are changing me, right?
Oh, very good. That is what happened. You see how our masters guide us. It is amazing. In
No, that
ancient
doesn't sound
time,
right.
one uh, monk was one young monk who has yet to become a seeker, was moving in a street with a cow in the leash in his hand. And his senior monk was passing by. So he asked that, hey, young monk, is the cow following you or you are following the cow? Young monk said, don't you see I have a leash of the cow in my hand, so the cow follows me. Pay attention. It's an answer to your question. And the senior monk just snatched the leash from the young monk and left the cow. And the cow started running. And the young monk started chasing the cow. Senior monk cried, let me know who is chasing whom. Are you chasing the cow or cow is chasing you? So that cow is a thought. And I am chasing it. Once that understanding comes, then, oh, I'm chasing the thought, so I will not say anything to these thoughts. I will not react to these thought, feeling, and emotions. So when you are not reacting to the thought, whatever the thought is coming to your mind, so what will happen? The thought will come and go. It will not repeat itself. How come? You are standing across a road and watching the traffic. So the traffic comes and goes. Traffic is not chasing you. You are just aware. You have separated yourself from the thought. So the young monk says, I own the cow, so I have to catch it. So when the thought comes, my mind says, no, I own this. Whether I will control later, but first thing your idea comes into your head that I own it. And then you ask the question why these thoughts are coming. I put the fire into my hand and I'm asking why it is heating up, why there is a heat, why it is burning. Leave it. And that understanding takes you to a choiceless awareness. I'm just telling you.
What does that mean? What does choiceless awareness mean?
Choiceless. Choiceless means there is no choice. There is no choice means there is neither attachment nor detachment. There is no likes, no dislikes.
I see. So choiceless awareness is just another way of saying the real self, essentially.
In the beginning, yes, it
Okay.
gives you some deeper state, a higher state of awareness. But without understanding, without the intellect, it will never come. The intellect has to understand. The impulsive mind moves with attachment and detachment, likes and dislikes.
What about like that? Like even though I know all the work we've done, I want to say I know the body isn't real, but then you're going to say, well, if you know, then you wouldn't be acting that way. So I guess I don't know because I say I know the body. What I wanted to say is I know the body's not real, but yet like I'm still having fears pertaining to the body, meaning like that person could hurt me, or that person could hurt my mom
Right.
or my dog, and I'm
Right.
frustrating because I feel like I'm in this middle phase. Like I'm learning what we're learning, and I say I know it, but I don't really all the way know it. So I'm
All
stuck.
the way know it. So I will talk about it. We will also do the practice, and that becomes another format of the practice by which you can get rid of this false notion. So just close your eyes. Eyes are closed and check. Is there any resistance by the mind to keep the eyes open? If there is any resistance to keep the eyes open, then obviously the mind is reacting to it. But if there is any resistance, you look at the resistance. You simply feel the resistance and do nothing. Feel it, but do nothing. So when you do nothing, you may enter into a choiceless state of awareness. Who is not doing anything? Who says not to do anything? It is the intellect. You are just understanding the nitty and gritty of the practice. So now see that how we reflect. So now you are comfortable. If I say I'm just skipping the 2 steps, you feel the entire body and check that you are at ease and comfortable. Okay, I'm comfortable. So we will apply the AWARE acronym, that model here. What is to accept? So first thing we will use the mantra. I've been using the mantra Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Okay, so I have to accept, but what I have to accept? Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. What is that means? It means let everyone be happy. So I accept, but who accept? The intellect. But the mind resists. How can there be everyone be happy? So the intellect answer, happiness is the essential nature of every being on this planet. Mind raises the doubt, how can you say? Intellect answers that everyone is searching consciously, habitually, impulsively the same state of happiness. But how can you say that? Look at the ant. You touch it, it flees. Why it flees? It was happy and you created a danger zone. So it changes its direction. Oh, yes. Oh, I also had a thought of fear. But I'm looking, why I have a thought of why I want to get rid of the fear? Because I want to be happy. If you do not, do not communicate mind, intellect. Mind has a doubt, intellect has a clarity. Intellect gives you the knowledge, it gives you an awareness. But then we follow the principle, let everyone be happy. Oh, let everyone be happy. Do I include myself? Yes. Why? I am understanding because happiness is essential nature. Now you raised a doubt about that intellectually I understand that I'm not the body, so we have to extend it further. So, happiness is my essential nature. Very good. So, essential nature means it is beyond time and the space, beyond the name and the form. Whatever has the name and the form changes. Whatever is changing is not real. Whatever is changing is not real. You are communicating. I am saying to you and you are also repeating. Okay, whatever is changing, so body is changing? Yes, it is constantly changing. So is it real? No, it is not real. And now you have to look at the fear. Look at the fear? The fear is already gone. So that reflection helps you succeed in meditation or changing your no, no, I again got the fear. Okay, so again you repeat the same thing in your head. Let everyone be happy. Happiness is essential nature which does not change at all. It is always there. How can I say it is always there? Because that is what I'm chasing. That is why I want to find. So, can I find happiness by body? No, the body does not know what is happiness. You see, this thought process must be created in the intellect to dissolve that fear. Body does not know happiness, or it does not know the fear also. Also, the fear is in the mind. Why? It is related to the body. But I'm talking about happiness is my essential nature. So we have done this part. Huh? We have done this part, but then we will go a little deeper by the acronym W. W means the withdraw. Withdraw means I withdraw the sense of attachment. And there comes the same story. A young monk is asked whether you are controlling the cow. Cow is chasing you or you are chasing the cow. I'm chasing the thought or thought is chasing me. Am I chasing the fear or the fear is chasing me? So I again recite the same mantra, let there be happiness, may there be happiness for all. Oh, may there be happiness for all. Yes, may there be happiness for all. Yes, but I experience fear. by experience fear. Fear pertains to the body and the mind. Then I say body and the mind are constantly changing, not real. But how it is related to fear? How it is related to fear and anxiety? So it is because of the false I that claims what it claims? Oh, it claims I am the body and the mind. Oh, that causes the fear. But my intellect says I am not the body and the mind. I am not the body and the mind. Do you remember? Do you remember at the time of fear? No. Do you remember at the time of fear? No. Why I forget? We are just contemplating why I forget. Mind dictates the intellect. Mind dictates the intellect. Intellect forgets the knowledge, and then the intellect says, I have a fear. That is what the intellectual paralysis is. Okay, so much of thought goes into my head. Yes. What is it? It is attachment. Oh, so it is attachment. Now, first thing that the fear brings discomfort. Why this discomfort? Why I notice discomfort or reluctance? Because the false I claims I am the body and the mind. How can you say? Again, we want to drop the attachment. How can you say? Do you see, feel, know? How do you see, feel? All comes from the mind. Anything experienced, known, is the content of the mind. What do you mean by it? What do you mean by it? So you have to explore, otherwise those deep recesses, deep impressions of the mind will not go. What do you mean by it? Simple. I know you. It does not mean I am you. I know my home does not mean I am my home. Oh, I know fear is. It is in the mind. It is in the mind. I am not the fear. Logically, by intellect. Whatever I know, I cannot be that. So what happens when we do this? The false I that is attached to an experience of fear dissolves. If it does not dissolve, you have to repeat it again. So why you have to repeat it again? Because the same thoughts of fear returns again and again. That is why I have told you, without the purity of the mind, the knowledge of the real self will not stay. If it does not stay, it, so what the intellect will do, the intellect will invite everything from the mind, including your fear and anxiety and reaction and stress and suffering, and we will continue to say, I have a lot of stress and anxiety. I know anxiety. Anxiety is experienced in the mind. I am not the mind. I cannot be anxiety. It results into a choice. Oh, yes, I'm not the anxiety. How come I'm not the anxiety? Because whatever the mind knows, I cannot be. I know you, I am not you. I know my home, I'm not my home. I know my car, I'm not my car. Oh, the same way. I experience the fear and anxiety, I am none of them. So that has to come from the intellect, that it comes from your awareness. And now the third acronym is abolish. So we have to abolish what? Abolish delusion. So what is delusion? Oh, what is delusion? So let everyone be happy. Let everyone be happy. We recognize happiness is essential nature. Yes. We also understand that happiness is permanent, and what is changing is body and the mind and all experiences. I have an experience of fear today, not tomorrow, not yesterday. So it means these experiences are changing, and what is changing cannot be me. What is changing cannot be me. Cannot be me. You look inside yourself. You look inside yourself. So you look inside yourself. Fear, anxiety. Imagine. Just imagine you are in a fear. So that you is false I, claiming I am body and the mind. I am the body and the mind. So what appears real is not real, because I am the real self. And what appears real is the body and the mind. Oh, so what it is? It is delusion. So I have to look into it. What do you mean by looking into it? I have to be aware of it. So the young monk was again returned to the senior. You are right. But you know why I said to you that I'm controlling the cow? Because you were in delusion. What is that delusion? What is the delusion? I'm holding the leash of a cow, which gives me a delusion. I am holding leash of a cow, which gave me the impression that I am controlling the cow. But fact is different. What is the fact? If I leave the leash of the cow, cow will run away. Cow will run away. So what is real and what is false? So what we have to do, we have to simply, intellect has to understand. I am scared or I have fear? Is fear chasing me? Yes. Why? Because I am in delusion. What is that delusion? False I says I am the body in the mind, so the fear is. Oh, can I say that I am the real self beyond body and the mind? So I have to say and be aware, become aware of the body, experience that, experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the mind. All thoughts and feelings are coming and going, cannot be me, cannot be I am. So that removes the delusion. Delusion exists. Remember, delusion exists in ignorance. Delusion dissolves in knowledge of the self. That much is there. Delusion dissolves in the knowledge of the self. Now see the state of your mind and the body. That is what the acronym is relax. R means relax and calm. Do I experience that calmness and relaxation? Yes. Was there a fear? Yes. But still I experience the calmness and relaxation? Yes. Does this relax and calm? Does this relax and calm came from anything outside? No. It comes from inside. Oh, that is why I started the journey. May there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. Oh, yes. Yes, I started the journey. So in the beginning, when we start the journey, the mind has resistance and it has a lot of doubt. But now when we contemplated, reflected, consistently practicing, we reach to the relax. Oh, this relax and calm is coming from inside. It does not depend on anything outside. Can I stay in that state? My intellect asks, can I stay in that state? Yes. Can I stay in that state? Yes. So when you say yes, yes means you are not doing anything. What does it mean? What does it mean? It simply means thoughts are and feelings are coming and going, and you are different and separate. You are different and separate from them. Like leash of a cow and the young monk. Connection is there. What is that connection? The leash. And that leash is a delusion. What is that delusion? The delusion gave a false idea to a monk that he is controlling the cow. And just, oh, that is, so what it means, whenever there is a fear, when there is a fear or anxiety, what is the leash? Oh, that leash is a delusion. What is that delusion? The false I claims I'm the body and the mind. And then fear and anxiety takes over. Fear and anxiety takes over. Oh, what should be done then? What should be done? So when you think of what should be done, intellect says you forget your real nature. What is your nature? Happiness is your essential nature. That you forget. You also forgot. What you forget? You also forget that the fear and the anxiety belongs to the mind. They are experiences in the mind. They are experiences in the mind. Neither the mind nor any experience is I am. I cannot be any experience. I cannot be any experience of the mind. Oh, does it mean that I am separate from the mind and its experiences? Yes. So when I feel that separation, can I get rid of the fear? Come on, the fear is already gone. Fear is already gone. That leash is delusion is already gone. The false I is no more. That is what the R part is, relaxation. And the last is you embody, aware, acronym, aware. So what I embody? Oh, I'm the real self. You say to yourself, look deep inside your head and just say to you, am I the real self? Yes. Let me look inside. Inside means, so I just say I am the real self, okay? Then look inside. Basically, looking inside is a rise in awareness. Is a rise in awareness. What is rise in awareness? It is the intellect. Intellect with the knowledge. What is that knowledge? What is that knowledge? I am the real self. I am not the body and the mind. I am not the body and the mind. I am also not any experience of the mind. Experience of the mind that includes fear, anxiety, pleasure, etc., etc. Can I see that changing nature is not me? So I am in choiceless state. I have not to make a choice because I have already done. I'm the real self. There are no two real self. So that is the meaning. Embody my real nature. Oh, I embody the real nature. So I have to live into that awareness where the impulsive mind does not attack the intellect, make me fall into unconsciousness. So that is why we have to repeat the mantra consistently until the day comes when you never when you never forget, when you never fall into unconsciousness. So you fall into unconsciousness and you rise into higher consciousness. That is the meaning of embody. So A, accept, A, aware, acronym. So can I remember these 5 words and I continue use the intellect to get rid of the fear and anxiety at any point of time? I don't know why it is not happening. Because of? Yes, I may be knowing because there are too much of impressions, the past impressions of fear, of anxiety, of duality and of conflict is already accumulated. Oh, that is accumulated, is already present. So how to get rid of this? I have to be consistent in my practice. If I'm not consistent in my practice, then that impure mind is already consistent in the manifestation of fear, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. So I have to make a choice. So that is what our Eastern wisdom, the verse and the principle says. By listening and learning to a teacher, active listening means that you are listening the principles. So when you are listening, even by listening means you are assimilating the knowledge. That knowledge helps you to move to drop the false identification, that is non-attachment. So when you, after the non-attachment, you recognize there is a delusion. Young monk, takes the same example, the young monk holding the leash. So there is a delusion that I'm controlling the cow, come on. But the fact is, I'm holding the leash. The cow is not chain me and holding the leash. That is the delusion. What appears true is not true. So it appears true. The monk is holding the leash. That appears true, but the fact is too far. Oh, it means the mind dodges me and cheats me? Yes. The impure mind always cheats you. Always causes the fear, anxiety, duality. Oh, that is a delusion? Yes. Because I don't see it. So that is the third part. The fourth, once you remove the delusion, I added one more part in awareness, that is you relax, the R part. Oh, now I experience the relaxation. I discover that anxiety is not there, that fear is too far. I have a word fear, but the emotions are not there. Why the emotions are not there? I understood that leash is causing the delusion, but now it is not. So once the delusion is there, the master in this verse says, your mind moves into a steadiness, calmness, and relaxation. And then the fifth one, embody. I said embody the real nature. So here the master is saying, I made it a very beginner's practice, but the master says when you continue, you are consistent, living into the state of the calmness and the relax that is coming from inside you, means you are not impacted, dictated by any outer influences. Oh, then what? The liberation comes. What is we say that awakening comes? And that awakening comes. You see, that setup, that is how the contemplation practice, the reflection needs to be done. There is another addition. I'm adding Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti is 3 times Shanti. The first Shanti is for the known world. What is known world? What is known world? The first Shanti is to the known world, experienced by the mind. It is the content of the mind. So what is known to me? Fear, pleasure, anxiety, that is known to me. Reaction, fight, ego, false I, all are known to me, yes, including the pleasure. So what is known to me, let there be a Shanti, let there be a peace. Why I say peace? Peace to all of them. Why? I remember, I recognize attachment and delusion are created by the known world. By the known world. Second Shanti is for the unknown world. Now there are 2 sets. One set of unknown world. We do not know when anxiety, fear, and negative emotions will take over me. I don't know it. It enters as an unwanted guest. We know it. Second set is, what is the second set? It comes by practice. So by practice, we reveal, relax, and calm within us, coming from deep within us. That is the unknown world. And third Shanti is deepest inside ourself. That is our innermost self. That is our real nature. And open your eyes now. What happened? How many fears you have?
None.
Do you have anxiety or fear? Just by listening. But that listening is active listening. That listening is also some kind of a practice, because you are not moving. Because if your mind is distracted to hundreds of places, and then your mind says, my real self is there, it will not work. So that when you do the consistent practice, don't you feel too much relaxed and calm?
Yeah.
Look at it. It just, extempore, it came that example of leash, monk, and the cow. Leash, monk, and the cow. Do I own the home? Yes. And then the home will go with me at the time of the death. No. That is a delusion. I have added my to the home. Home did not add, you are the owner, come on home. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That is a delusion. We live in a delusion all the time. Oh, it's my car. So should I not use it? My car, my home. So should I not use it? No, I should use it for the sake of convenience, transactional reality. For the sake of transaction, I can say my car, my body, my mind, everything. But internally, I know. The home does not say, Come on, you are the owner of my home. I will not leave you. I will not leave you. God does not say that I will not leave you. You have taken care of me. You have taken care of me. Now the same mind says that I have fear and anxiety. Mind, hold on. Mind, yes, I claim it is my mind. So the same, my mind is causing me the fear and anxiety. Same leash is creating a delusion that I'm controlling the cow. But the fact is somewhere else. So when we have lot of impurities in the mind, the intellect is dictated. Intellectual paralysis takes place. Mind paralyzes the intellect. What it means? Whatever the mind says, mind forces the intellect to say the same thing. And that is what you told me. That I have a fear. No, I was just working. There was a lot of fear. It was your intellect. But the mind has paralyzed the intellect. How come the paralysis comes? Because of the impurity. What is that impurity? It lives in attachment and delusion. Where the attachment and delusion lives? When the mind, delusion and attachment lives in the mind, when there is an ignorance of my real nature. When there is a self-knowledge, the delusion and the ignorance, delusion and the attachment is not there. How many times you have a severe anxiety, fear, and a reaction in deep sleep?
Never.
Why? Because in deep sleep, I'm not the body and the mind.
Yeah.
In deep sleep, I'm not the body and the mind.
Why when I'm meditating, if I move, it's like you don't like it. Like, and I'm trying to understand so that like when I'm meditating on my own to try to be still, what is the point of being still?
Yes, that is the secondary aspect of any meditation in the beginning. First thing to understand, when you are realized, awakened to the real self, you can move the body, you can jump, you can drive the car, and you can still be into the highest state of meditation. But in the beginning, when we are doing in the beginning, body is the servant of the mind. At the presence of the impurity of the mind continues to resist unconsciously, habitually, impulsively. And that resistance manifests through the movement of the body. So when I don't move the body, I keep the body still for a couple of weeks and the months, my mind realizes that I cannot manifest my resistance and reaction through the body. So the mind calms down. So in the beginning, therefore, we have to keep the body still. So that is what the self-discipline is. So that consistency has to be maintained. And then what happens? One day you are absorbed into a deeper meditation. You don't have even an idea that whether I have to move the body or not. Because the mind has totally withdrawn deeper inside, even away from the body. When the mind is away from the body has to live in the state of the stillness. Body has to live into the state of the stillness. It is withdrawn. That is what happens in deep sleep. So we have to reach to that state of experience where two options, mind and when it is impure, when it lives in impure, when it lives in with the impurity, when it lives with the false eye. That mind lives in false eye, enters into the body unorganized, habitually, unconsciously, impulsively, gave rise to millions of impressions in the body. And those impressions are ready to show its tantrum, and that moves the body. The mind has already kept, for example, say for example, you have an extreme fear, and because of the fear, you had a twitching, and now that twitching is released, but it has kept that impression here. Now you are doing a meditation. Now the mind wants to take over you. Mind wants to take over you. So that is why we make the seeker aware that please, no movement in the body. Maintain the stillness. So now, mind says twitch, but you have already heard no movement. So you don't move. First day, second day, third day, fourth day. That impression is died. So that is how you dissolve lot of impressions by maintaining the steadiness in the beginning in the practice of meditation. After that, once you reach to a state, then you can move. You can lie down and meditate. You can jump and meditate. You can go to the gym and meditate. You can drive and meditate. Why? Meditation is a state of consciousness. It has less to do with the body. But as long as I have a strong identification with the body, I have to follow a certain method by which I can break this identification. And that is why we want to keep the body steady in the practice. Have you seen a lot of people? I have seen a lot of people. First time I watch people, whoever approaches me, and I said, okay. So I see sometime the people start fidgeting, either with their hands or legs, or they start flickering their eyelids. Okay. A lot of impressions. He is not aware. So where is the fear? Where is the anxiety? What duality? Then I can start. I change the question. I ask the open-ended question, and then they come up with their fear and anxiety and duality and a conflict. Another reason. Another interesting fact. Body is gross mind. Mind is subtle body. You have to think over it. I'm not explaining. Mind is subtle body. And the body is a gross mind. Gross mind. My expression is on the face and the body, but it tells something about the mind. Do you see that? It's a gross mind. And now it again tells the state of the mind. I'm happy, relaxed, and calm. So it is that mind manifests, expresses through the body, and the body expresses through the mind. as it expresses in ignorance and delusion. You have a fear, you have impurities in the mind, you have anxiety, you have duality, you have a conflict. When there is a conscious connection, interaction between the body and the mind, you have a peace and joy. Then there is another option also that our Krishna says in Gita. I remember. So I'm telling you, that's another mind and the sense organs and the mind and the motor organs. Two sets. Mind with the motor organs acts through these motor organs of the mouth and the hands, hands and the legs, and the anus and the sex organ. 5 sense organs, right? And then the mind and the sense organ. So one common thing, mind. Now see, mind in the sense organ perceives, you are young, so I give an example. Mind perceives a beautiful girl. And the sense of my eyes do not see the sensuality. It is the past impression in the mind that goes through the eyes and perceives the sensuality. Craving or sensuality, right?
Yeah.
Now I have to talk to her. So, talking means the mind and the motor organs. So I hide my sensuality and I approach her. Hi, how are you? So there is a conflict I have created, and that conflict is known as hypocrisy. The mind and the sense organ has a different perception. But if I translate that perception into action, I'll be caught.
Yeah.
Social norm, ethical. So my mind and the motor organs say, hey, how are you, my friend? I am posing myself as a good gentleman. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So this, Krishna says, this is known as the hypocrisy. What is in your mind that continues, and that sense of continuity triggered you to act and talk to her. But your motor organs in the mind is expressing because of that sensuality, not because of that you are a good man. It goes at a deeper level. That is where, and Master Krishna says, as long as we live in mind and the sense organs perceives one thing, and mind and the motor organs acts in a different direction, it opposes, you have a lot of impurities in the mind.